Hi, everybody. Oh my goodness. Zipporah Wayne here, my happy heart coach, the founder of Raising a Mensch, Powerfully Parenting with Jewish Values and Positive Psychology. So we are in a period of the 9 days, and we are intended, Hashem has a sense of humor, as we know, and I mean this with love, that we're supposed to decrease our work and a simcha during this time. So we lost our Wi-Fi on Sunday. There was a thunderstorm that revealed a leak in our house, and we lost our Wi-Fi. So therefore, disconnected. I've been pretty quiet in the group because I've been working with my phone. We have not had reception otherwise, so I've been doing the best I can. That's all we can do, right? So I'm attempting to tie in together disconnection and connection and Wi-Fi into the 9 days. So, hi, someone just joined us, yay. And I'm going to start with Rabbi Pliskin, Rabbi Dr. Avraham Twersky. This is from Living Each Day. So this is to get us in the mode of Tisha B'Av, and I'll tie this into parenting. Okay, so bear with me. I have quite a few things to go over. So my eyes will stream with tears, and I will summon to weeping and gird with sackcloth to lament the Torah, the scriptures, the Mishnah, the Agada, which are more precious than gold. Where is the Torah, and where are the disciples who studied it? It's from Eicha. So people who live in an environment that is free from oppression and provides opportunity, which, thank God, most of us live in, who have comfortable homes and pleasant furnishings may wonder, why should we mourn the fall of Yerushalayim that occurred some 2,000 years ago? We have long since accommodated to life outside the ancient homeland. We are comfortable where we are. Isn't this true? In so many ways, including in parenting. I know we're all striving. However, we're comfortable. We kind of know what we're at. We're comfortably uncomfortable, right? So we're in our groove, we're in our path, whether we like it or not. So it's not necessarily the loss of physical comforts that we mourn. Many peoples throughout history have sustained national losses, but none of them have set aside an annual period of 3 weeks of mourning. Our grief is for our spiritual losses. This, again, I will tie into parenting. Every center of Torah study that was destroyed represented a source of spiritual wealth. Every scholar that was lost was a teacher of Torah values. When we are deprived of teachers of Torah and centers of Torah learning, we become more vulnerable to secular influences. In this period of the Jewish year, we must resolve to strengthen our efforts to achieve the spirituality which pursuit of Torah study provides. So I want to pull from that being comfortable and becoming more vulnerable to secular and being disconnected. And so many of us, it's so long ago, and there's so many people, thank God, we're able to make it to Eretz Israel this summer. We were hoping to go. And we're able to reconnect in that way. And so I'm sure that they have a taste, more of a taste. And for those of you that are in Eretz Israel, you have a closer taste. But still, we're in Galus, we're in Galut, we're in exile, where we are so disconnected from who we are. I was at a share this week with Rebbetzin Miriam Feldman here in Atlanta, she speaks right to my neshama, much like Rebbetzin Esther Young-Rice did. That's all. And we forget who we are. We don't even know who we are. And I relate this to parenting as well. I also want to bring up something that she had said, that Rebbetzin Miriam Feldman had said years ago in a share for parents. They're not yours. Whoa. Like we think they're theirs. They're an expression of us. Our children, that is. My child is sitting right next to me here. You can see her little, just right there. We forget who we are. Our neshamas, we get so caught up in secular. I didn't have Wi-Fi this week. It's so easy to get caught up. I actually love the slowing down. I love the disconnecting in that way. But spiritually speaking, so easy to be disconnected. And ironically, so we want to focus on how our parenting, our disconnection in parenting can bring us back to connection, how we can acknowledge in the moment, okay, I'm feeling disconnected. Again, there's lots of shurim about connecting during the 9 days to Hashem, to our loss and mourning, but I'm going to focus on parenting right now. So it's easy to just in the running of every day to be disconnected from our children, right? Got to do this, got to do this, got to do this. Rabbi Feldman says, take one thing off of the list to do to try to connect more with our children, right? Take one thing off. And I want to focus on that and staying connected. I want to tie in right now for a moment the poll that I did in a couple of different places, and I tallied them up. I plan on creating a graphic for you to look at it. Is that when asked what your parents' responses were when you created a task as a child, what did your parents say? And the choices were good job, thank you, good girl or boy, or nothing. So the first one was thank you, which is Hakar Satov, thank you. I asked you to do something and you followed through. Thank you. The second to thank you was nothing, which I would say indicates a disconnection. Again, I'm not judging our parents. They did the best they could, and we're doing the best we can. But I'm doing my best to shine a light on how we can dig deeper and reconnect in a meaningful way. I'm talking to myself too, and my daughter's listening to you, by the way. So nothing when someone does something, when a parent asked a child to do something. So, and then it was good job, and then good girl or boy. So I want to talk, I'm going to bring in a joke to this that we were reading this past week, which illustrates, I would say, disconnection. So here we go. She asked me if I would read this, and I said I would. A boy asks his father, Dad, this is perfect for kosher, for Jewish parenting. A boy asks his father, Dad, are bugs good to eat? That's disgusting. Don't talk about things like that over dinner, the dad replies. After dinner, the father asks, Now, son, what did you want to ask me? Oh, nothing, the boy says. There was a bug in your soup, and now it's gone. So, what? No, that's it. So to me, when I read this, I wanted to share it with you because in every day we go through our day, and of course, the boy's talking about bugs at dinner. The dad doesn't want to talk about bugs at dinner. However, if we were to dig a drop deeper and be curious and be a detective and see the clues, we're able to see what can easily be lost. Again, we were disconnected from Wi-Fi. Life slowed down, which in some ways is great. I got to connect with our daughter. She didn't have to compete with me being on my phone all the time because I didn't have access. So I got to connect in that way. And she's not in school yet for a couple more weeks. So, but had he said, why do you ask? Right? Attempting to connect, be the detective. And it's all good. Big smile on her face. So we've forgotten who we are. We've forgotten, we're so enveloped in the secular world. You come sit up with me. It's fine. We've forgotten who we are. We forget who we are as parents, our goal, what we want to connect to. We've forgotten who our children are, who they really are. Because it's so easy to get caught up in, don't talk to me about that. And asking later, it's like, oh, I missed the message. Can you relate to that? So I want to talk about connecting and disconnecting. This week, we were able to go to, I saw a sign that I posted in our Facebook group, a sign that said, stop. And above it, it was All Good Avenue or All Good Street. I'll share it. And it was just a message. I was able, thank God, in that moment to stop and notice, right? to take a picture of it. I was able, thank God, to be present enough to look around me and see what's around me. And I shared with Meira and her friend, look, it's all good. Stop. It's all good. We are disconnected from the Beis Hamikdash. We are so comfortable where we are in so many ways, but we're looking for those opportunities in ourselves to connect with who we really are, our neshamas, the neshamas of our children, the joy. We daven for them. We wanted them. So just in the 9 days, and another opportunity to dig deeper, to dive deeper into our parenting and in connecting. So the loss of Wi-Fi and disconnection can lead to connection. And I get to reconnect with you because my Wi-Fi came back up this morning because we had it fixed. So it wasn't that difficult to attempt to reconnect. Just needed some help and support. I'm happy to help you, by the way, with reconnecting. If you're really struggling, please reach out, click the link below in the email. And I'm more than happy to talk with you to dig deeper, to see what is good. If your blind spots, with your kids or with yourself are really kicking in, please take a moment, allow me to support you. We're not alone. And these are my tips to remember to slow down. Stop. It's all good. We're neshamas. These children are a gift. You are a gift. And Hashem gave them to us as a gift to dig deeper, to see the truth of the moment, of who you are, of where we are, and of our children. To be a detective, to see what is good. I'll talk more next week about to see the good and say the good. Okay? And to remain and get connected, to stay connected as much as humanly possible. We are human. We're meant to make mistakes. And then return to the truth of who you are, of who our kids are. And God willing, this will be our last time mourning on Tisha B'Av. And remember to drink a lot of water. Should we be fasting? And I wish you, here's to growing and sharing your happy heart. And I'm here for you. And yes. And, I love this one. Oh, so precious. So, and she wanted me to remind you to think good and say good. And that's exactly what we're talking more about next week. I wish you a meaningful and beautiful Shabbos. Opportunities to connect with your children and yourself and Hashem and what we're missing, to not be too comfortable where we are, to take a moment to remember, connect to Hashem, to the Torah, and to the essence of who we are as neshamas and parents and as people, right? So here's to growing and sharing your happy heart, wishing you a beautiful Shabbos. And reminder to drink a lot of water this week, so you can really focus on the meaning of the day and not be, caught up in having to just take care of your body. I hope it's an easy and meaningful fast, and the last one for Tisha B'Av. And over and out. Thank you for joining me.